You're not supposed to talk about it. But not talking about it isn't going to make it go away. Continually burying our heads in the sand isn't a solution, it's an insult to the victims. And yes, it's happened again. 12-year-old Lola Davier went to school in Paris on Friday last week, but her parents never saw her again. Two suspects, both Algerians, have been charged with a murder. Video footage shows Davier was led back to her apartment building by a 24-year-old woman known only as Davia B. This same woman was later seen pushing a suitcase with some difficulty. Lola's body was found that evening bundled up in that very suitcase. She'd been tortured, raped, slashed in the throat, and suffered multiple stab wounds. According to the official autopsy, her death was by asphyxiation. Some kind of branding device was also used to inscribe the numbers 1 and 0 on Lola's feet. The suspect reportedly tried to sell the victim's organs before being picked up by another 43-year-old Algerian man who also faces charges. Police say they have not yet discovered a motive, and the shocking murder has once again reignited a national debate about the benefits and pitfalls of mass immigration. Another clandestine assassin said, Marion Maréchal, it's going crazy. As long as they continue to think that mass immigration is an opportunity for France, the tragedies will multiply. Marine Le Pen said the murder was a textbook case on the uncontrolled nature of illegal immigration in our country. The debate must open, finally, she added. Eric Zemmour tweeted, of Algerian nationality and in an irregular situation, meaning illegal immigrant, it's official, the assassin of Lola should never have crossed her path once again. French President Emmanuel Macron's wife, Brigitte Macron, commented publicly on the incident, calling it an absolutely abominable and intolerable tragedy. Other public officials are reportedly asserting that Lola's parents, quote, don't want political conclusions to be made from the case. Really? Is that what the parents want, or is it what the public officials want? Why does the murder of someone like George Floyd not only lead to political conclusions being made, but a racial reckoning, a global protest movement, months of demonstrations and violent riots? Yet this happens to Lola and other similar victims across Europe on a regular basis, and we're just supposed to shut up about it and move on. To pretend that this doesn't ominously underscore the perilous dangers of open border policies. To continue to ignore the chronic problem of unintegrated migrant ghettos spreading across major European cities. To prolong our willful naivety when it comes to the massive overrepresentation of migrants in serious crimes. To glibly repeat the mantra that diversity is a strength. Oh no. You're not supposed to talk about it. Let's take a quick pause there and we'll be right back. Lord Watson? That has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Well, now it's a reality. Yes, it's now official. I am now a lord. I own land in Scotland, and you could too. With established titles, you can take advantage of the Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lords or ladies. You can even change your name to lord or lady and get it on your plane tickets or credit cards. Need a last-minute table at that restaurant, but it's fully booked? Tell them you're called lord or lady, and you just might find they can accommodate you. Put it on your dating profile and watch your matches explode. Your certificate features a unique plot number with which you can see the exact location of your land. Title packs give you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland. But it gets better. Established titles are committed to planting at least 1 tree for every order placed. So by buying a title pack, you're directly helping a genuine environmental cause, reforestation, supporting the fantastic work of One Tree Planted and Trees for the Future partner charity groups. With Christmas not far away, this also makes a great original gift.
Yeah.
Mother me Lord! You will be calling me Lord!
What were you gonna buy? Another boring pair of socks? You can also get couple packs that come with adjoining plots of land. And get this, the first 200 people who purchase a title pack using my link will effectively be located right next to my plot. We can be together in spirit. We can build a kingdom. We can reconquer Scotland for the English. Alright, maybe I'm taking it a bit too far. Established Titles is running a massive sale right now. Plus, if you use the code PJW, you get an additional 10% off. Go to establishedtitles.com/PJW to get your gifts now. And remember, by supporting my sponsors, you support me directly. Now back to the video. As is now standard, authorities were swift to blame the gruesome murder on the suspect suffering, quote, psychiatric problems, without asking why the people Europe is importing from the Middle East and North Africa seem to be particularly more prone to such problems than immigrants arriving in France from, say, Germany, America or England. When I tweeted about this story, the usual denialist industry leapt into action. Every 68 seconds someone is sexually assaulted. You want to talk about those? What? Yeah, someone having their arse grabbed in public isn't nice. But it hardly compares to a little girl being raped, tortured and having her throat slit and then bundled in a suitcase, does it? I'm racist, that's all you have to say. Oh well, guess it doesn't matter then. All the people in that Twitter thread who want to divert from the horror of the story by talking about crime statistics. Let's talk about some crime statistics, shall we? According to official French Interior Ministry figures, foreign-born citizens, who represent 7.4% of the French population, are responsible for 48% of the crimes in Paris. 63% of those arrested for sexual assault on public transport in Paris are foreign nationals. Murders in France have soared by 91% since 2001. Interior Minister Gerald Darmanin acknowledged all this when he said, quote, "Of course the foreigner is not by nature a criminal, but we have a problem with foreign delinquency. Similar migrant crime figures have been recorded across Europe." Got anything to say about those crime stats? Oh, I can't hear you. What's the problem? Cat got your tongue? No, you're not supposed to talk about it. This is around 700 reports of rape worldwide every day. Out of those 700 every day, this is the one you think deserves worldwide attention? Yeah. I think it does deserve worldwide attention. I thought the drugging, rape and murder of a 13-year-old Austrian girl by illegal Afghan migrants deserved worldwide attention. I thought the migrant who strangled her to death being given asylum in the UK after arriving as a boat migrant deserved worldwide attention. I thought the rape and murder of Maria Laudenberger, whose body was dumped in a river in Freiburg, Germany, deserved worldwide attention. I thought the fact that her killer, Hossein Kavari, arriving in Germany as a child refugee, a claim that later proved false, deserved worldwide attention. I thought the murder of a 17-year-old girl in Asperg, southern Germany, by a Syrian migrant, deserved worldwide attention. I thought the Afghan migrants who gang raped a mentally disabled Swedish woman not being deported deserved attention. I think it deserves attention because it keeps happening over and over again, and yet it's preventable. France only deports 15% of illegal immigrants. The rest remain, most of them absorbed into sprawling high-crime no-go zone ghettos, which have become completely lawless. We now learn that the killer had been residing in France on an expired student residence permit. She was given 30 days to leave the country 2 months ago. She was detained by border police at a French airport on August the 21st. Why didn't they deport her there and then? It was only in August that French authorities stopped banning unvaccinated people from entering the country. Yet they allow this monster to remain and commit her unspeakable crime. If they'd have just enforced the law, Lola would be with us right now. And this dangerous psychopath would have been sent back to where she came from. But you're not supposed to talk about it. Despite such tragedies becoming commonplace, France's bizarre experiment with mass migration continues apace. Polls show 62% of French people want a referendum on mass immigration, as the former head of French intelligence warned that there were over 1,500 lawless neighbourhoods on French territory. The recently retired head of the Paris Police Department, Didier Lallement, went further. He says that as a result of general societal breakdown, crime and mass migration, quote, "the social convulsions will be intense and destructive. One day it will be necessary to mass troops in front of the Elysee." Others, like former top intelligence director Pierre Brochand, have warned of civil war. The small rural French town of Colac has become the latest testing ground. Residents are vociferously protesting against plans to house 70 migrants and their families in the tiny town. Locals are furious at being treated like guinea pigs, holding up signs at a recent demonstration that opposed the, quote, "African repopulation of our cities." This grand experiment is being funded by members of the Cohen family, who own the Bon Point clothing brand. They also happen to live in the whitest area of France possible, with the least diversity that they insist be inflicted upon everyone else. A proposal in Calac is part of Emmanuel Macron's agenda to begin moving migrants out of big towns and cities and into the countryside. Citing massive problems with crime and ethnic ghettos, Macron nevertheless described the scheme as a, quote, "opportunity." The downsides, well, you're not supposed to talk about it.